Welcome back, everybody. Today's show is all about one of my very favorite things, coffee. Couldn't start my day without it. And here to talk a little bit about his amazing coffee field trip. I mean, this is the mother of all field trips, is Kyle Cherrick from Wisconsin Foodie, Emmy Award nominated, or winner. Nominated. Well, soon to be, hopefully, winner. One of these times. Anyway, Wisconsin Foodie, great to see you.
Thank you for having me.
You know, I love the saying, life's too short to drink bad coffee. You know, I'm a firm believer in that. We've all had that cup of coffee and it's like, people, I think, are becoming more and more into really good coffee, and I love it. I'm all about a good cup of joe, you know?
No question, yeah. It's changed so provocatively, and it came home to me when we went down to what's called Origin. We went down to Antigua, Guatemala, which is really kind of coffee heaven as far as the sea level that it grows at and the growing season and the way the sunlight hits it and things like that. It was actually brought in by the Guatemalans, well, really by the colonialists, after the indigo crop, you know, sort of petered off. In any event, it's so different now, and there are so many parallels with coffee to wine. We saw it hand-picked, which makes a vast difference in the flavor from the machines that shake the trees and harvest the beans, you know, when they're not really ready, quite frankly. No respectable winemaker would ever pull grapes off that weren't all the way red or all the way green. And then the process that it goes through, and we outline that completely in the show, and how it's separated from the shell and moved on and dried on these gorgeous patios with this amazingly beautiful volcano in the background, all the way basically to Altera, in this case in Milwaukee, where it's then roasted and separated out by lots. From the very beginning, this farmer, a micro lot, maybe a half acre of coffee, and that's kept in its own small bags, and it makes it all the way to the roaster, and then it comes to maybe 200 little bags of coffee that you could buy, and the flavor profiles were astounding.
Yeah, I've had Altera coffee. It is absolutely delicious, and you can buy it in certain stores, in certain coffee shops around here that brew it, or if you're ever in Milwaukee. If you're going to the grocery store, though, how should you buy your coffee? I mean, you know, always get it through the beans and grind it there, or what are you looking for?
What you want to do, if at all possible in your life, is grind it right before you have the water come through.
Okay.
Basically, all of those flavors are trapped in there in a really wonderful way. And as soon as you grind it, you start a chemical process, and then the heat of the water and that having that drip through. Any great coffee house, and we've got an amazing coffee culture here, whether it's Kickapoo up in Viroqua or the guys in Madison. There's some folks, Anodyne would be another great one, and they will always grind right before, and then they'll make that big pot, and then they'll dispense it for you. It changes. If you don't believe me, try this at home. Buy a $12 grinder at TJ Maxx or something, and do it just once, and it'll change everything about coffee for you.
You know, and all of the good cups of joe that I've had, yeah, for sure, they grind those beans right before. So buy whole beans. Buy whole beans. Grind them right before. I got to put you on the spot because I have a few of my favorites. And whatever city I go into, I ask the locals, where's the best cup of joe? Because they know, and I'll drive wherever to find it. Where's top couple coffee places? Top couple coffee places. Well, I do love 2 or 3 of the flavors, or rather the beans that they have at Altera. I'm really, really partial to the Hunapoo. That, of course, I saw those beans picked and we brought that back from Guatemala, and that was a little micro lot. That was extraordinary, and those same flavors that I tasted during the cupping, little hints of orange, kind of a cocoa, a little cherry at the end. I mean, it was all right there in the coffee 9 months later. I think that Intelligentsia's got a decent roast on 1 or 2. When I travel and I go to New York, Stumptown is the name that I look for, and they actually carry some of Altera's coffees, and so typically I get homesick for my coffee by way of being in Manhattan, and I feel centered again. Well, always great to see you. Let's go have a cup of joe sometime. I'll do it. All right, good deal. Thanks, Kyle.